And I do that on the organ during the sermon, during the carnival service. It's bananas.
It's a different world.
I've
never heard about this.
But yeah, this I don't know. It's
a lovely instrument.
It is. It's a lovely little instrument. It can kind of do everything.
Yeah, I think so.
It can. I mean, I don't. Anyone who knows me and my channel knows that I'm not the greatest fan of playing Bach organ music.
Yeah, it's not a perfect organ.
It's not a perfect organ for that kind of thing, but you can get away with it. You can get away with it.
With like super couplers, I guess, right? It's hard. It's hard, right?
It's difficult, exactly.
Yeah, because it lacks the.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't have the bright work. That's right. I remember when I moved to this part of Germany in 2014. I got hold of one of the local organists and said, if you know of any jobs going, let me know. I'd like a little organ job. I was offered one of the big ones. I didn't want the big one because that takes up all your time. You know what that's like.
That's true. That's it.
I wanted a little, just like this, a little village parish church. It's much nicer. And they offered me this, and he said, he didn't know anything about the organ. He just said, it's a Baroque church with a Baroque organ. I thought, that's not for me. And then I came to see a service, and I came upstairs to see the organ at the end, and I just saw all these 8-foot stops, and I thought, there's nothing Baroque about that. No, this is my organ. This is brilliant. Let's have it. And I started at the beginning of 2014. I got the job and been here ever since.
2014.
I think this is actually the longest. I've held this job longer than I've held anything else in my life, any other job, any relationship, anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah.
Too much information.
Yeah, 11 years is actually a lot of time.
It is actually in this day and age when you think about it. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's fun. It's nice. We've got a new priest who just started here last year.
That's good.
And he's wonderful. I love him to bits. He's very open about everything. He's very keen to get people back to the church.
Oh, okay.
You know what it's like over the last
good.
few years.
That's
Numbers
good.
in the church
That's
are going
good.
down and
That's
down
yeah.
and down and down and down. And it's difficult to get people interested to come back. I think Corona did its thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's more comfy to stay home and just watch on the screen, right?
Exactly, that's right.
And it's not the
I
same.
suppose
So
it's not. You're right. It's not the same. But I suppose you and I are both a little bit to blame for that because people can watch us on screen.
No, we're not.
And don't have to come out to church. But it's still being in the building, hearing
it's different.
The air move.
You actually can feel the bench shake and stuff.
It's
like it's different.
You can feel the air move, and it's much more fun. You can hear when you hear little things.
Yeah.
The windows rattling behind you.
I mean, that's what makes it like feel real.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
If that would be missing, it would just be plain and boring.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a really lovely church.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very impressed.
You don't have an official church position, or do you?
No, I don't.
You don't want one?
That's a trick question.
It is.
No, I think I'm pretty good with doing YouTube time-wise. You know, I have like a very small position at St. Thomas, working with the choirs and stuff, like at the rehearsals, playing the piano and in services as well when they sing there.
Wonderful.
Which is the fun part I love to do.
He says this very nonchalantly, but you know the Thomaskirche in Leipzig is like one of the most famous churches in the world, with some of the most famous organs in the world.
The organs are good.
And the most famous organist of the entire organ history was organist.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Come on. So theoretically, you are sort of a descendant of JSB in that case, really, aren't you?
Kind of. I played the organ at least. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
It's a really nice small thing to do. And otherwise, we're just traveling and visiting great organs and churches and people. So
that's great. Do you see a long-term future in what we do on YouTube?
That's hard to say.
It is.
It really is hard to say because, I mean, the interest for organ might be.
It's definitely
might
there.
be declining. It's there.
It's definitely there. And it's international, which is really wonderful. And the power of social media and YouTube makes it.
No, it was actually we were talking a bit early, and he told me that his audience was like mostly German.
I can actually. Well, let me give you some statistics.
Let me see some insights.
Let's see some. I'm not going to show you, but I'll tell you.
I can also check, but it's really interesting because my viewer audience is usually American, so like 50, 55, 60% even.
Actually, well, if we open up the same page on our YouTube studio, let's see what it says. Let's see what it says.
Let's compare. Let's compare here.
Compare
Do
notes.
I have more views than you?
You do have more views than me, yes, you do. You've got more
Where do I
subscribers
have
than
to
I
go?
do these days as well. You're about 10,000 more than me at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't, please do.
Please do.
Link below.
Please do.
If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe to
Yeah,
his
that's
channel.
even more important. I think this, right? We can just put it here.
Überblick and then Zielgruppe. There we are.
Yeah.
So,
Can we film it?
yeah, why not? Why not? We're not going to click on the Umsatz button because that's the private part. Will that work?
I'm just gonna hold the camera. So
Look at this, right? This is me and this is Paul. So this is these are the ages. That's pretty much. That's fairly similar, isn't it? Very similar.
it really is, yeah.
Very similar. You've got slightly more young people than I do.
But it's interesting because on TikTok, for example, you have all the young people because on TikTok it's like 13 to 20, which is the majority, and it declines downwards. On YouTube, it's
the exact opposite.
The opposite, and on Instagram, it's like a mixture of both.
Now, this is the interesting one. If we
very
scroll down
actually.
here, this is where it gets really interesting.
You have more male viewers.
I was going to say you've got more women than I do. That's
yeah, you can.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous now. He's got more girls than I do.
Yeah. So that's
not
I have
bad.
15%, and he has
I'm
like
only at 6%. Yeah, but here's the interesting thing.
Yeah, that's what I told you. So he has Germany with 36%, and I've got the United States first with 24 only. Where's the rest?
Where's the rest?
I thought like 60-ish.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And most people are from Milano and London.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people from. That's weird, isn't it? Most of my people are from London.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Isn't that weird? But yes, this is interesting. You're a German organist.
Yeah.
And most of your viewers are from America.
Yeah.
I'm a British organist. Okay, but I live in Germany. Okay, it doesn't make any difference where we live.
Yeah.
I'm a British organist. And my main audience is Germany. Isn't that weird? Closely followed by the States, has to be said.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that interesting? It's quite interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
But then again, was that the same before you went to America on tour?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why, because I can tell you, the concert requests usually are like people who saw the videos, who liked them, and maybe just asked if I could just come over. Yeah, they just ask, and then you can schedule your stuff. So, I just collect requests, and then I see how I can make it work.
Perfect.
That's how these tours worked out.
Was it difficult to get hold of the artist's visa to go and play in America?
That's horrible. Let's not talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. No, let's not. It's not easy, is it?
It's not easy. No, you have to prove a lot of stuff, and it was actually interesting because in Dubai you don't need to do that.
No,
you can just super easy. We were tourists there, but it literally was just the border patrol, and there was like an old lady, and they just gave us, "You're here, hello." Poof, stamp, and
perfect.
You go. Have a fun day. Yeah. So it's really interesting.
Yeah. I remember.
It's important to have border control and stuff.
Definitely, but it's for the. I remember years ago, back in the 90s, I wasn't really an organist much in the 90s. I was more interested in jazz and rock and roll and that kind of thing.
Nice.
And I traveled all over the world with various groups and bands and people and things, and the agency that was dealing with us took care of all of that. So we just arrived. Sat in a bus, got taken to a concert. We played a concert. We went to a hotel. We did the same the next day, and that was it. And we didn't think about any of these things. But recently, over the years, I've had a lot of invitations to America to play, and there will be an American tour coming soon. Maybe not this year, but maybe next or the next year. And I'm actually quite lucky because I've got a guy over on the West Coast who is going to take care of all that for me.
You actually need someone in the US.
You need a sponsor
to file
kind of thing, don't you? That's right.
File
to
the,
do it.
file the applications.
Yeah.
I see. So we can look forward to a US tour, I guess.
Yeah. We should one day. Maybe
we should just go together.
I was going to say let's just go on tour together. That's right.
Yeah, can charge double for the concert.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. No, but yeah.
That's a good idea.
No, I've heard some interesting things. So it's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
I guess. If you have the contacts.
That's true, actually. I have. I'm not going to say anything here, but I have been invited to play some very famous instruments in the United States. Okay. All the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South.
West Coast is interesting because we only got to East Coast yet. And I don't seem to get any requests from the West, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
Even though if you're here in Germany thinking about the US, you just think California.
automatically think of
and,
California,
You know,
that's right.
but it's not.
Well, I don't know. In the organ world, I think you automatically think of the East Coast because of the Wanamaker and Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Just because they're big.
Yeah.
But there are actually instruments in Los Angeles that are almost as big.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know the organ scene there, so.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm very excited for next time because we got Atlantic City Hall scheduled.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Will it be finished by then?
Nobody knows, but I'm very excited actually because you saw so many videos online.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like
There are more organs there. It's not just the big one in the boardwalk.
Really?
There's a wonderful, perfectly restored theater organ in another hall in the building, and there are other organs in other different buildings. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well,
I only know of the round thing.
big one.
Okay, that's cool. Actually.
Yeah. It's worth checking them all out.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
I mean, never played the theater organ.
Definitely. Actually, the same in the Wanamaker store in Philadelphia. There's the big organ that everybody knows,
Really?
the 6 manual, and there's also a beautiful theater organ I think it's in the Greek Hall, which is upstairs. It's wonderful. I think there's actually a third instrument somewhere else in the building as well. It's crazy.
No, I really didn't know.
Absolutely crazy.
When we went there, it was just a big one.
He's played Wanamaker organ. Have you told people that? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah,
we just did.
I actually posted something on Instagram, I think.
So,
but store policy forbid to do videos and stuff, so that's why.
well, that's changing now because the Wanamaker building no longer employs Macy's.
Yeah, that's true.
From the end
Let's
of
see
March
if we can
this year.
film there.
Exactly.
No, but we didn't really get to see anything of the thing because we went after hours before the store were open. So
Okay.
we didn't really get to roam the thing. So.
But did you get to try out the amazing all the strings with all the Vox Humanas together?
Of course, it's amazing.
That's my thing.
Crazy. It's really.
That's all
really
I would
crazy.
do. I would just use that registration all day.
But it's really interesting because you think it would be like super loud if you pull out everything.
But it's not, is it? It's not. It's a very orchestral instrument.
Yeah. It's like a huge orchestra with like very wide range of sounds, but not like.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not
I've heard
overpowering,
small
is it?
organs like that which are more overpowering.
Yeah.
In small churches. So, but a very nice experience. It's just floating there with these.
Wonderful, isn't it? One day. One day.
Yeah.
One day.
We'll see. You'll love it.
Definitely.
Especially with what you're playing. So.
Yeah, it's built from.
I mean, you've got all
music.
the chimes and bell stops and stuff. So
That's right.
it's going to be fun. So, yeah.
One day.
We'll see. You have to keep us posted, I guess.
Definitely. So, are you going to be back in this part of Germany anytime soon?
Next week?
Obviously.
I think we got some stuff scheduled. We're actually going to Switzerland the first time this year.
Oh wow!
Where are you going? I'm very excited for. Actually, not sure. Somewhere in the middle, I think, like the Zurich area for a concert. But I think it's not so much in Germany. I'm looking at you. It usually is the case that we're abroad, not in Germany.
Okay.
And German concerts are very rare.
Yeah.
So it's not sure why that is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm.
So it's more like he's everywhere but in Germany.
Maybe that's why your audience is
yeah, I
foreign.
guess, right? Yeah. But it's very interesting.
The last few years, obviously Corona was a big problem for live concerts. That's why we all took to YouTube. But after Corona, I wanted to get back out onto the organ concert scene again. But then we had other things. I became a father for the first time in my life.
Perfect.
Which was a wonderful thing, and of course that sort of stopped that. But this year, 2025, we're getting back to the concert scene.
Okay.
And we're going to be building up again. Okay. So
that's
very
exciting.
much looking forward to that.
Very exciting. Yeah.
I've got some.
It's still different to play.
Exactly. And also you get to meet the audience. Properly.
That's what you can't do on YouTube.
Exactly.
Well, not well, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like this as well. So, especially in the US, it was like so welcoming everywhere. It's amazing. Yeah. It's really.
Oh, the organ scene is a very open and welcoming scene.
They are, and that's good.
That's right. I mean, you and I both, we don't necessarily concentrate on the traditional repertoire.
That's true.
But that's a good thing because we're sort of more we're a different kind of organ ambassador. Yeah. We're doing different.
I mean, it's just. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. So
exactly.
Like, I think it's very, very nice to listen to for a wider audience.
Yeah.
What we do, at least.
Yeah.
Instead of just playing some modern music, which is like Yeah.
Or just
Not to make fun of that.
No, not at all. Or the exact opposite, just to play the standard repertoire. This is a conversation I had with another organist a few months ago.
I have had that conversation today.
Really?
At the breakfast table.
Yeah. Because we actually narrowed it down. Another organist now, we were sitting talking about this. If you take every classical organ concert worldwide, put the programs together,
it's very similar.
It's all going to be, it's all the same composers. It's a list of about 11 composers, and they all just take works from those 11 composers, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more music out there.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, what the guy said, we were staying at the Airbnb in Marienstadt, and the guy was saying, maybe people want to hear that, you know? For example, they know like the E-flat major from Bach, which is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Maybe they just want to hear that. I'm not sure about this, you know, because I feel like I've heard it so much. But it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say.
It's hard to say because if you're only ever playing the same stuff by the same composers, then that's all everyone gets to hear. So eventually you get used to it. It's like your favorite meal. You always have your favorite restaurant, and you go to that restaurant because they do a certain meal a certain way, And if you go to a different restaurant, you may see the same meal and think, oh, I'll try it because I know what it's going to taste like. It's always the same. You don't want to experiment.
One thing,
but maybe if different things are offered, you might sort of think, oh, that's nice. I might like that next time as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the way I'm thinking about it as well.
Exactly. That's exactly what I do. There's so many wonderful things. There's a guy, I'm sure you know him as well, there's a Danish organist, Philip Agesen.
Oh, yeah.
And Philip he's an astoundingly good organist, wonderful player, really. And he just posted a video recently of an Alfred Holland's piece, The Song of Sunshine. Which is, it's a very simple piece of music. Make some notes, It's a beautiful piece of music. But it's from a time, it's sort of that sort of Victorian, tuneful music. But it's a lovely piece of music. Philip played it absolutely perfectly. And a lot of people commented on the video, oh my God, it's wonderful. We need to hear more of this. And it's true, we do need to hear more of it. But at the same time, there are going to be some people out there who say, oh, well, it's not really serious organ music, or it's not Baroque, or it's not Bach, or it's not this, it's not that. But my question is always, what would Bach do today?
That's a question, right? Because back in his time, he was like
he was a rebel.
Yeah.
He was the organ rebel. So Bach would be sitting at a Hauptwerk console, bashing out some weird and wonderful things.
If you think about it,
He would.
He would.
Definitely.
If he's a rebel, he would be like, come on.
I guess. It's true. He's an organ rebel.
Yeah, really.
Nothing against Bach. Bach was a wonderful composer and everything, but he was a chain smoker. He was a coffee addict. He was an alcoholic, etc., etc. All of these. Yes, he was.
Okay.
And it's all historically documented, but we ignore it. You know, he was a sort of a rock and roller of his time.
I mean, the music is wonderful.
And during his day, a lot of people didn't like him. They were very scared of him.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Which is including members of his own family.
That's a red flag.
That's definitely a red flag there. But and of course nowadays, years later, the god of the organ music and things like that. But in his day, think about it.
I didn't know. I actually didn't dig that much into the
So maybe in a few hundred years, people will be looking back at our stuff and going, "Oh my God,
he's an organ rebel."
Maybe.
Yeah, let's see about that.
You never know.
Yeah, true. No, that's very interesting. Yeah. No, it's really a matter of your perspective as an organist, I think. Because when I schedule a concert, for example, or a program for a concert, I almost feel like obligated to do at least one Bach piece.
Do you?
Yeah, kinda. And I usually like to take like the unknown ones, like a solo aria or something.
Oh, that's good.
Which I often did in the US, like as a in-between piece to calm people down.
Nice.
So that's my way of doing it. But I don't really like to do these large preludes and fugues, because I haven't played all of them either. But
let's not forget, they weren't designed to be played as concert pieces, really.
Really?
No, well, not
I mean, it's just preludes, I guess.
Exactly. The prelude was designed to be played before the service, and the fugue will be played at the end, so that everyone runs out of the church.
Okay.
That
makes
part
sense.
of the historical reasoning behind part of it. Yeah. And all of those pieces, yes, some of them would have been played in concerts, but when you take his church music or his music for the church, it was designed as church music.
Oh, wow.
Primarily.
True.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's still wonderful music. So
it is.
Let's keep playing it, but let's not overdo it, I guess.
Exactly. That's right.
So
but that's my thinking. You know, there are so many organists out there who can play the music of Bach, they play the works of Bach, and they can play it much better than I ever could.
That's what I'm always thinking. I don't even dare touching them because I know someone is better, you know? Or even Philip. I'm so sure he's playing so much better than me, so I'm not even bothering to, you know? It's really interesting. And that's why I'm just trying to do my own part.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think it's very important. You put out a lot of your own compositions, and I think that's absolutely wonderful, because how many people are actually actively composing for the organ today?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Not enough is the answer. Not enough. And okay, supply and demand. Is there enough demand going round? Well, your works are very, very popular, and you're doing very well with that, and I think that's wonderful. And long may that continue. Long may that continue, because I think that's very important. And again, you're doing something, maybe you haven't thought about it this way, but I have. I've analysed what's going on here. You're composing pieces. Now, these pieces are accessible pieces, yeah?
Yeah, that's...
Some of them are more difficult, some of them are slightly easier and things. You've got something for everybody there. So, you've got something for the village organist, who maybe doesn't get to play the Bach stuff that much because they're not technically up there, that kind of thing. But it's a piece of music that sounds impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds good in church, and people will think, wow, what's that today? And the organist feels good. It gives the organist a good feeling because they played something powerful that got the audience, got the congregation, sorry, not audience, it's not a concept. And so on and so on and so on. You know, and you're giving that sort of sense of positivity back to the music and back to the organ world. And I think, because
it's interesting to hear.
I do it in a different way. I do it with my improvisations.
Yeah.
I notate my improvisations. I record them, then I notate them down and turn that into
that's what works for you. Okay.
And sometimes my problem with that is I have a very not interested, but I have a very personal style of improvisation, and it's 100% legato. So, for example, if I give it to a French organist, they would have no problem playing it because that's the style they play. Yeah, but if I give it to an English or an American organist, they might be more tenuto rather than the full legato thing, and they're going to have some problems with substitutions and thumbs and all the things that I do.
That's what you do. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I've a lot of my pieces have gone out around the world, and people have got back to me and said, "Oh, it's very difficult."
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I sort of think, I need to simplify, and that's my problem with my own music. Making
I have to try
keep it simple.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to hear that you think about this, because I would actually say the same about me. So it's like an accessible piece of music which is there for the everyday organist, basically, and which still sounds interesting to listen.
It's fun to play
and
for the organist,
soul, and
it's fun to listen to for the audience, the congregation.
It has to tell a story, and I think that's what I'm trying to do at least.
Perfect.
And if that succeeds, that's even better.
Even better, even better. That's it. Wonderful. I think it's brilliant, and
thank you.
Long may it continue, and long may you have very little competition.
No, I'm just trying to do my thing, and if it works, it works, and if not, then I'm still happy, I hope.
Exactly. Well, that's it. That's it. We're doing it for. We are doing it for the organ world. We're doing it for the audience. None of us we're not going to become millionaires playing the organ. That's definitely not the case. I guess not. No, that's definitely not going to happen.
That's other people.
We'll leave that for other people. Yeah. That's right. And we all have to do our bit to keep this thing going.
Yeah.
We talked earlier about is there a proper future to the organ world, and I think
no one knows.
We don't know, but we're doing
to you and me partly.
Exactly. We're the ones who are doing the ever so slightly different stuff to try and. We're trying to attract other people back in.
That's true. It's always fun to see when you're just practicing for a concert and people just come in the church, I had that today at the Abbey, and it was pretty cool. Okay. And I'm sure they've never seen a church from the inside the way they looked.
That's true. That's true.
It was pretty cool to just get the message out there. And if it helps to do YouTube, then that's our thing.
Well, that's it. That's it, exactly. I'm going to start doing more YouTube from here again.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm actually going to start doing some live streams from here at some point as well. Yeah, because we have the technology now.
That's brave.
Deutsche Telekom has allowed us the technology to get streaming from the church.
Okay.
And just something different. And also, I'm going to start streaming from other churches where there's a good internet connection, because it's just
interesting that works.
Yeah.
I mean, the experience I had with internet here are horrible. So
Yeah?
yeah,
Okay. Are you a Deutsche Telekom customer?
I think I'm not.
You think you're not? That may have something to do with it.
That may be the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
No, that sounds interesting. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I guess. Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, I hope you're going to come back to this part of the world sometime again soon. And I
you're
hope,
allowed,
and next time we
normally.
must get some more time. We must do a proper musical video together.
We
where
can.
play some
I mean,
stuff.
if you want, of course.
Shall we finish
I
off
mean,
with a
I'd be
piece of
happy.
music?
You wanna?
Yeah.
Okay, have a go.
Shall we do a sort of a?
We'll see. Okay.
Shall we improvise on something
Yeah,
and we'll do
yeah.
a round.
I just stand behind
You
you.
start and do you want me to start?
Okay. Yeah.
What shall we do?
decide.
Shall we do a hymn or shall we do something?
Do what you like.
Don't tell me
I'm
that.
just gonna adapt. Okay.
You're going to adapt.
I'm gonna try my best. Okay.
I'll tell you what. Let's find a tune that everybody will hopefully know.
Yep.
I know.
At least you know.
Where shall we go? Actually, we already played some of that
Yeah,
earlier,
that's
so
true.
let's
true.
not do that. How about that?
Okay.
How about that? We all know that. All right. I'll start off in my style,
Okay.
and
Now
you
I'm
can
nervous.
sort of, and then
I'm nervous.
do you want me to build the organ up, and then you take over?
It doesn't matter. You can. I'll just adapt, as I said.
Adapt. I love it. This is great because a lot of young organists in this day and age, they don't learn how to improvise.
Yeah, I haven't proven my worth yet, so please don't.
I shouldn't have said that.
Please don't say that.
I shouldn't have said anything. Okay. Shall we set up any fixed combinations that we can jump to, or shall we just?
shall not.
We shall not. Okay. Good. We shall busk it. Right. Well, let's busk it my style
gets too
first
complex,
of all.
you
It gets too complex. All right. Let's. Well, actually, no. I'll tell you what. I am going to set this up because this is quite
Yeah,
handy
okay.
to
It's
have.
your thing. That's your thing. Okay.
What I've got there, that's on this one. I've got that soft. Okay.
Yeah.
And on this one, I've got the strings.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good
Okay.
to know. Yeah.
And then we'll keep this one for off we go. So let's start with something big and chunky. We like big and chunky, don't we?
I was missing the 32 foot there.
Yeah, we needed.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, that doesn't. Quinting it doesn't quite work. Unfortunately.
Amazing.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you. That's
well, thank you so much for the opportunity to play this organ. As I said, I've seen this as a child, so it's like it really isn't like yeah. It's strange to say, but you know. So, thank you for welcoming us here.
Well, thank you for coming. It's been wonderful to meet both of you. Wonderful to get to know you finally, because
Yeah, it has been something.
I've only ever seen this young guy with his penguins and his funny socks. The funny socks you got from me as well, because I started that a long time ago.
Of course, I stole them. Of course.
Actually,
that's actually funny. It's actually funny because we got fan mail, and that's how it started.
Really?
No. Yeah. Really.
Really?
Because someone just. A very dear subscriber just sent a pair of like colorful socks.
Yeah.
Also like the Looney Tunes socks and stuff, which are really cool. And my uncle wears them now.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's your socks, Miles.
I hope you washed them.
Yeah. But that's how the penguin thing developed. And now it's like
cool?
Penguins everywhere.
Yeah, it started. I was playing. I played some concert somewhere, and someone was filming it. This was before YouTube. Someone was filming it, and they had a camera for their feet, and they had a camera for their hands, and things like that. And they said because we had to rehearse everything, and they said, "Do you have any bright socks?"
Okay.
Because it looks better on camera. So I went home and I thought I had a pair of red socks. I thought I've never worn them. I don't know why I even had them. So I put these red socks on and played the concert, and people were fascinated by this. Oh my goodness, they weren't interested in what my hands were doing. They all just wanted to see the red socks in the shoes.
And they make you play better.
Is that true?
Yeah, penguin socks make you play better. Yeah.
Maybe I need some penguin socks.
You should try.
Do I need some penguin socks? Maybe I should try. Now I know what I'm getting for Christmas. Now
see. That's how it works. No, but it's very fun too.
Yeah, well, I hope we get to do this again sometime
Yeah, I'd love
soon.
to.
And hey, maybe we could meet up in Leipzig sometime.
If you want, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, you're welcome.
I haven't been in Leipzig for a couple of years. And I've never played an organ in Leipzig, so
I think we could change that. We also have some nice little
I think with your connections, we might be able to change that.
We'll see about that.
Am I allowed to play my kind of music in the Thomas Church?
I'm not sure if Bach would approve. But I mean, we're talking about it.
Bach would approve. I'm not sure if the people from the church today would approve.
Problem, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, just text me and we'll see what we can do.
Definitely.
And the other way around also. So if you want.
Look forward to it. And anytime you're in the area, you know where I am, between Cologne and Frankfurt, anywhere in the area, just get in touch. And actually, next time, just because we only had a couple of hours time today, which is a bit of a shame.
Not even a couple.
Not even. That's true. Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
That's how spontaneous it is. This is just literally camera on. What are we going to do? Let's go.
The length of the video tells everything.
Exactly. That's it. And so next time, but next time we must combine it with some coffee and cake, maybe some food, some drink, some personal time.
I'll even invite you.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should. No,
definitely.
But I'll let you know and we'll make it work.
Definitely. I was going to say something cheeky that like young people in the organ world should stick together, but I keep thinking I'm young and I'm not. When I'm sitting next to someone like you, you could easily be a son of mine. It makes me feel.
It feels off. Yeah.
It makes me feel so old. But this is the thing. Normally, I'm hanging around with older organists.
And then you're the young guy.
And then I'm the young guy. Like, no offense, I had Wayne Marshall came to visit me recently, and I sort of look at Wayne. When I was young, I looked up to Wayne and people like that.
Same. I love his improvising.
That's the thing, you see. And I think so. Wayne is here. I've known Wayne for a few years now, but he's there in my house, sitting at my organ playing, and I'm looking at this guy.
Surreal, right?
I'm thinking he's so much older than me, and he's not. He's like 10 years older than me, which is not a lot.
Let's not tell him. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a lot.
Okay.
And I look at my other organ friends in the world, and I think they're not actually much older than me, but I see them as the old people in the organ world.
I see. No, it's very.
I'm now officially old.
Yeah, but it's very nice to see so many young people like approaching us, like on Instagram and Facebook. It's amazing. They're just asking how we do stuff, and then hopefully we'll get some young organists as well.
That's it.
I mean, that's important.
I'm only concentrating on YouTube these days. I don't have any other social media.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm missing out? Should I be?
You do.
Yeah?
You do.
What should I be doing?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
So where do we find you? You're on YouTube, but you're also
I'm on YouTube. Then I started Instagram. I didn't want to originally. She forced me to.
Oh.
And it paid off.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's more subscribers than YouTube now, I think.
Amazing. Okay.
We're approaching 70,000, so it's really a lot.
Wow. Okay.
And then I started TikTok, which is kind of okay, but you reach a lot of young people, which is important for this instrument.
Good point.
And Facebook, of course.
Okay.
Which is like the
Threads.
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 Yeah,
But that's
Threads is
Instagram, isn't it? That's Instagram.
Yeah, that's like the text-based thing. But yeah, Facebook is important for the Middle Ages. I'd say.
I see.
So.
I gave up on Facebook because it was
Really?
so toxic and horrible. Facebook's a weird place.
I don't look at the comments too often.
Okay, good. Okay.
But I think it's not that negative.
Has it maybe gotten better again?
Maybe it's you.
Maybe it's me. It could be me.
No, but I think it's okay now.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it was just
Maybe I'm wrong.
a generation thing. Maybe you're lucky.
I'm not sure. Yeah, might be. But,
Maybe you're lucky.
yeah, that's how it works. So you should start. At least do Instagram.
Yeah.
That's like the.
I'll speak to the
easiest
boss. See
thing,
what
I
she
think.
says.
Yeah, she has to do it. I guess.
She has to do it because
Yeah.
I don't have time.
You're
She has
busy.
to do it. Busy man. Busy. I'm a stay-at-home dad and an organist, so that's it. I'm busy. What about 5 children?
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that. Is it on the cards for one day?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
but,
Good for you. Well done.
I mean, it's
It's the
always
best
a question.
thing in the world.
I think
It is the best thing in the world,
I think it
really
really
is,
is, but it also. I mean, I can talk. Our neighbor above us. She might see this. It just got a child, and it's like, don't let me lie, it's like 6 months old, and you see how much time it takes.
Yeah.
really-
It changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
And it would just limit us to the point where it's not the time yet, I'd say. So it would basically cancel all the tours,
Yeah.
basically. So
For a
it's like-
while, at least. Yeah.
For a while, at
Yeah.
least, yeah.
Yeah.
But so the plans are like waiting a few years.
You're
I
still
mean, we're
young.
25, 26, 27 now, so it's like.
I only became a father at 50.
See.
So come on, you've got
Some
time. You've got plenty of time.
Yeah, maybe not that long back. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's like the plan. So we just plan to travel a lot now,
Good.
see the
do
world.
It. Do it. Do it.
While
That's-
we're young and can. I mean, it's a huge
That's it.
privilege to. be
That's what
able
I
to-
did when I was your age. I was out in
See?
the night. This is the 90s. In the 90s, I spent the 90s traveling around the world with various different music groups, and that was my time to do it.
That's a time you wouldn't want to miss, I guess. right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah.
And that's our plan for now. So.
Perfect.
Like this.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we'll try and just see. Oh, hello. Just see.
Someone's joining us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just see where it takes us, basically.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you all the best.
We'll
of
meet
luck.
on the way.
And we'll see each other
I think
whenever
so.
we can along the way.
I think so. No, I'll let you know.
Definitely.
And yeah, there's no good ending for this video.
There isn't an ending, so we just
We're
say-
just gonna leave.
all right.
Come on,
Let's
we're just gonna leave together. So thank you so much for watching. We might split it, right, in like 2 parts.
Yeah, I think we should
We
definitely.
didn't talk about
It's
that
quite a
yet,
long
but
one.
we'll see. Yeah, it's
We
like
need to
an
do
hour.
that ending again, don't we?
No, we don't.
Well, that was it. That was just the ending. Just
That's
walk
the ending.
off.
We just say bye-bye. Thank you for watching.
Thank you
And
for
we'll
watching.
walk off now.
Bye bye. See
least I
see you
will.
for the next one. Hiding behind the organ.
Okay.